Marvelous Entertainment Incorporated. Type Moon. Imagi Epoch. Or Image Epoch. Axis Games, which is .arxis. Cryware. Fate Extra. So, I've not recorded things in a while, if that wasn't obvious. I don't think I have anyone following my channel, which isn't exactly a bad thing right now, since, as I've said, I haven't recorded anything in a while. But I was thinking to myself, you know what sounds like a lot of fun? Playing Fate Extra, like all of it. I like visual novels, I like RPGs. This is more a visual novel than RPG. It's more like a visual novel with RPG elements and stuff. But it's still a fun game. I also want to do extra CCC with like a translation open in another window, because there's no actual English translation to that one. I've been playing a lot of Fate Grand Order, so I know a lot of vague ideas about what happens in both of these games, but I don't know exactly what happens, and I want to experience that for myself. I'm gonna do this. This game is very nice if you have knowledge of Fate Stay Night. I might do a Let's Play of that a little later. However, that's kind of a difficult game to Let's Play because it's just a visual novel, so it's the kind of thing that you just should really just play yourself if you like books. It'd be like me reading an audiobook, but it's a visual novel. So, not really the kind of thing that I play. Anyway, let's go ahead and get started. We'll do normal mode. Warning, there are a number of dead ends and potentially fatal choices in the game. Save a lot. The story in this game is a work of fiction. Any resemblance to any real person or location is purely coincidental. Kinda. Warning. They're just dropping us right in this, aren't they? It is a bright, sunny morning. In the air is filled with the joyful laughter of students. There's more activity than normal in front of the school gate. A crowd is forming as students are being called over. I wonder what's going on. When I peer into the center of the hubbub, I see my friend and student council president, Issei Ryudo. Good morning. Lovely weather we're having, don't you think? Why do you look so surprised? We announced at last week's assembly that this month the student council would strictly enforce school rules. I have been tasked with performing inspections to ensure students are in compliance with school rules. Now it goes without saying that everyone is subject to inspections, even old friends. Now then, uniform inspection time. Collar, check. Pant hems, check. And your socks, check. Next is the contents of your bag. Notebooks, textbooks, pencil box, like 50,000 doujins, not even a whiff of contraband. Your nails are evenly cut and your haircut is sensible. Indeed, quite remarkable. You're a model Sukumihara Academy student. A little bit of a thing. I've already done a couple recording attempts at this, and none of them have like gone perfectly because I screwed up some very basic stuff. Again, I haven't recorded anything in a while. And each time I have yet to actually get Sukumihara down right. I've never been able to just read it as Sukumihara, like I just did. We'll see how that evolves throughout this. Someone like you ought to consider a future in student government. You'd be perfect for it. Oh, but I'd never try to coerce you into joining the student council. We aren't like that. Now then, off to your classroom. Enjoy your day. Before I can reply, Mr. Diligent Student Council President is on to the next student's inspection. Hungry for gossip on their way to their classrooms, the students jabber about the inspections. Things are always so gently bustling in the morning. Another peaceful beginning to another peaceful day. Sorry, I do have a little bit of a head cold, so if I cough here and there, that's just my bad. Well, hey, what's up? I have this weird feeling that I'm forgetting something. I just can't think of what it might be. Man, I must have a hole in my head. Maybe if I head back to my classroom. You know what? I'm gonna take the hint. Go ahead and just go to the classroom. Oh man, I gotta go to the bathroom before homeroom starts. My eyes are starting to float. That sounds like a serious medical condition there, sir. Are you sure you should be talking to a random classmate about it? We better head to the classroom. Our classroom? 2A. Ring a bell? 2A, ring a bell. What a weird statement. O segment LDL. Chimes raise curtains on humble days. And then some stuff that I couldn't actually read. I should read the bottom left stuff before I read the top left stuff. Bottom right, top left. Bobbity-bop. As I enter class, I see Mato with a bunch of girls. Why he's so popular is a mystery. So, for the record, I'm going to let the Japanese voices play out, and then I'm going to read what they say. So, just for anyone that I know a number of people that like to listen to games like this without actually watching, so I'm going to read out basically all the dialogue. Hey, when did you show up? You're so quiet and dull that I didn't even notice you. Even though we've been friends since our freshman year, right? Anyway, don't sweat the fact that you're boring as dirt. It's not like you can help it. I mean, anyone would seem boring and stupid when compared to me. It's a little early for so much abuse, but as it's Shinji Mato, it can't be helped. His arrogance is almost palatable. I don't know what he's saying, but it makes all the girls squeal with joy. Actually, let me rephrase. His popularity isn't so much mysterious as it is unnatural. I was just doing a little math tutoring. This stuff is beyond easy for me, anyway. Wait a sec. Hey, Mato, isn't the answer to this question totally wrong in every way? What the? I'm the one who solved that. There's no way it could be wrong. But look at this. Since when did 2 plus 2 equal 5? Sounds like fairies. I'd never make such a stupid mistake. It's all your fault. You're the idiots here, not me. As Shinji raises his voice, the girls all panic and run back to their desks. I hate dealing with the proletariat, especially when they think they're my equal. It's really pathetic that these worms don't know their place. That's why I like you so much. Even though you're boring, you know not to steal my thunder. You're the ultimate sidekick. Shinji flashes me a smile. It's weird how I never take offense at the way he talks to me. By some strange twist of fate, Shinji Mato and I are friends. How we became friends was... I can't quite remember how it happened. I want to say that we met in spring sometime. The bell for class rings as I try to recollect. And who should fly through the door but our homeroom teacher, Miss Fujimura. Whew, I made it. Good morning, And thud. Miss Fujimura trips, falling painfully onto the floor. She also just dies. Like, that's it. That's oh god. As she lands, her head strikes the corner of the platform at the front of the classroom. The classroom goes dead silent. Every student's attention is focused on the same thing, the rotting corpse of Fujimura that is now placed in front of us. Turns out that this series is actually written by Edgar Allan Poe. We're gonna have to deal with trying to hide the body, cutting it up. Again? How does she manage to trip in the same place every time? Listen, you, this isn't time to be making stupid jokes. You're right, she isn't moving. Did she get knocked out or something? KO! A few brave students get out of their seats and crowd around the still comatose Fujimura. Hey, Miss Fujimura! Miss Fujimura, are you okay? Oh, shit, I didn't realize that was still open. Hold on a moment. Alright, that won't happen again. Sorry. What? Huh? What's wrong, everyone? Hey, class is about to start, so get back to your seats, pronto. Miss Fujimura jumps to her feet. Hold on. I thought I turned you off. Miss Fujimura jumps to her feet as if nothing had happened. It's almost as if the memory of her sudden and violent trip to the floor was totally erased. As this happens all the time, no one seems to notice or care enough to say anything. No one gives a thought to how odd it is for this to happen every single day. scene playing out before me never seems to change from day to day. The exact same lessons, the exact same subject, the exact same content. Today we're going to study the biography of Dr. Peaceman, a talented physician who, Miss Fujimura, is conducting class today the same way she does every day. You may not know, but when I was young, an unknown pathogen was the cause of a serious epidemic. In fact, outbreaks were common, but now most illnesses are cured using nano-thingy-majigs. And FYI, I'm still young. This will be on the test to be sure, so... This will be on the test, so be sure you don't forget it. I mean it. Her ensuing laughter stops short of at her eyes, which seem deadly serious. Just as everyone is about to call Miss Fujimura out, the bell signaling the end of class rings. Alright, that's enough for today. Be sure to study hard tonight, and don't forget those important points I told you about. While today's class wasn't all that boring, it is a relief when the bell rings. As the bell signaling the end of the day sounds, students begin to break off into small groups. Thank God that's over. I was getting sick of all that busy work. Being a student sucks. The whole part of the worst part of the whole deal is having to attend these stupid classes. Almost like that's what students do. Ha 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 ha! You're still here? That's unusual. You don't have any plans, like a date or something? I'm just messing with you. I know you're too big of a nerd to ever get a date. I mean, you're just going to your dork club, the journalism club, right? Well, seeing as you're as boring as... How many times can someone use as in a sentence? It's too many times in this case. Well, seeing as you're as boring as stale white bread, your life is exactly as it should be. You know exactly what your role in life is, and you stay there. Well, catch you later. See you in class tomorrow. Okay, this guy's got a special thing. Hey, the editor-in-chief of the journalism club was calling a general meeting. You'd better go. I guess the journalism club's been busy. I mean, with all the weird stuff happening. Weird stuff? Recently, a lot of students have been getting hurt. Rumor is that there's a slasher on campus. Yeah, you know, just a horror movie villain just hanging out on Japanese schools. Is that just what happens in Japan? Just you know, horror shit just happens every once in a while? Look who's here. It's the newspaper club's ace. Gotten any leads? What, did you forget? You have to write an Unsolved Mysteries of Suku Mihara article. Come on, I told you yesterday. There isn't very much time left before the deadline. Well, whatever, your work's always good, so I'll leave this in your capable hands. Geez, my benevolence is like a Black Panther running around. Yes, that doesn't make sense. So that's that. I've done some of the investigating. It's your job to do the rest. Don't look so surprised. There is a method to my madness. Okay, so about the first preview edition, the one called Gateway to the Paranormal. So listen. There's supposedly an entrance to the spirit world at the rear of the archery range. One time, a male student who got bullied a lot was told to pick up trash there and vanished. Everyone's totally convinced that there's paranormal activity going on back there. Isn't that scary? I mean, ridiculous? Anyway, go sniff out the truth. Leave no stone unturned. Your nose and eyes are the tools of the trade for a journalist. Got it? Lady, you're the mysterious one. Your reply should be, yes, ma'am. Alright, hop to it. So, we go to the archery range. Oh. Out of the blue, a feeling that something was moving behind the door overcame me. As a rule, students aren't allowed inside of the supply room. It might just be a rat or something. For some unknown reason, I find my eyes drawn to the door of the supply room when the door is suddenly and violently thrown open. What do you think you're doing? Without warning, a man appears from out of the shadows. Dressed in black with a dour expression, the person in question is very intimidating. That sense of intimidation is immediately replaced with extreme discomfort and unease. A sudden, overwhelming sense of danger gives me goosebumps all over my body. His cold, blank stare sends chills down my spine as though he's marking me for death. For some reason, it feels as if he is deciding whether to break my neck or skin me alive. Odd, your name doesn't appear to be on the list, but I'd better make sure. He begins to mutter under his breath while at the same time he reaches out with his right hand. The chills running down my spine instantly gain intensity as waves of nausea and vertigo wash over me. I feel like a rabbit watching the wolf draw near. Maybe this isn't just raw terror. I think he's holding something that's making me feel this way. You're not even trying to fight. My instincts aren't as sharp as they should be. I need to rest. The note of disgust in his voice is obvious as he slowly lowers his hand. The paralysis that seems to take hold of me suddenly fades away. The man continues to look down on me with those dead eyes of his. Students are forbidden from entering the supply room. You do well to remember that. The campus is about to close. If you have nothing else to do, I advise you go home now. Is there anything else? My name is Mr. Kazuki. I will be teaching here starting today. The man who introduces himself as Mr. Kazuki turns and heads back into the supply room. With that, the final bell begins to chime, signaling the end of the school day. Everything begins to progress as normal, as if nothing out of the ordinary had happened. But I'm still sore and slicked with sweat, an all too real reminder of what happened. Wonderful. Now we have a teacher with obvious murderous intent teaching at our school. Alright, well, let's just go to the archery range. Hey, lady, you want me to go and get stabbed one fucking random time? This is gonna be great. We have the person that's basically guaranteed to be the one that's been slashing people teaching at school. Wonderful. Sorry about that. Well, can we go to the back of the archery range? I could see the target mound. The targets are about 30 yards away. Tsukimihara's academy has a much larger archery range than most other high schools do. Its size just goes to show what a big deal the archery club is at I got it right. I got it right that first time, and then the second time, big nope. You caught me in the middle of cleaning. Those archery club kids don't even unstring their bows. It's worse when they leave their arrows stuck in the target mound. I usually make the kids do it, but there's no club activities leading up to exams, so I'm doing it. Huh? An entrance to the spirit world? That's just a rumor, it's not real. Exams are right around the corner, so don't waste your time on stuff like that. Go home, shoo. What appears in the archery range isn't a spirit to the entrance to the spirit world, but Miss Fujimura. Well, I can't say I'm surprised she's behind one of Tsukimihara's mysteries. It's fitting. I'll report this tomorrow so I can go home now if I want. Yeah, we're just gonna peace out and go home. Save your progress? Yes. Save. And we'll save over this one. If it wasn't obvious, I got to day 3 before I realized that my recording was screwing up.